Jack, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to talk about YouTube.
Yeah.
Now,
YouTube.
I've been pushing YouTube pretty heavily, and Jack, like I was, is somewhat skeptical about YouTube. I think that's fair, right? I see all this engagement, I see all these views. I'm like, what? She's putting on makeup and she gets 3 million views? What's going on with this?
I don't get it.
I don't want to tell you what your position is, but what is your initial thoughts on YouTube?
It scares me that that's the future of media. I mean, like, I'm listening to this content and I'm just thinking I hope my kids don't ever watch this. And then I go, oh, and this guy's got, 1 million followers and he's playing video games. So why is there 1 million people following him and engaging while he plays video games? I don't get it.
I don't understand it either, but 5 years ago when my son was 5 years old and he was playing with little trucks and little toys, and he would watch other kids play with little trucks and little toys. And I saw these videos even 5 years ago getting 50, 60, 70,000 views. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And then when I started filming him playing with little trucks and little toys, he's got videos that are over 250,000 views on my personal channel. So there's like a channel for everybody, with any interest, any type of thing that you want to get information about, you can find it on YouTube. So the search engine, I think, is driving a lot of this, but then it becomes a personality. The personality of these people that have built communities around them, you feel like you get to know them. You can't do that on TV or podcast, in my opinion, as well as you can with video. So that's what I believe is going on, but I don't have the answer either.
The other thing is I feel like there's a lot of self-serving stuff. Just somebody in front of a camera all the time talking about themselves. And I guess
they're drama cases, though.
To me, it's like
it's a train wreck.
It's unsupervised reality TV, which is scary. It's scary to have supervised reality TV. I don't get it. I do know one thing. Nobody could argue that it's the future of media. I mean, I would tell you right now that I use YouTube a lot. I use it, a lot of educational stuff, motivational stuff, but the thing that I still can't get over is just the amount of followers and subscribers these people have. Here's what I don't understand: is brands out there that are putting out good quality content that actually helps you, become a better person, maybe personally, professionally. There's business value, personal value, and these people don't have a lot of followers, right? And then you go look at this content that's just absolutely, to me, it's just absurd, talking about absolutely nothing. It's just you feel like you're getting dumber, and they have 1 million followers. How does that work?
How does the cat videos work? How do cat pictures? I mean, how do people have so much interest in these seemingly mundane topics? I just think when you look at the world as a whole, they want to be entertained, they want to laugh, they want sheer emotion, and these YouTubers have figured out how to draw that out of their followers, and I think that's what you're seeing, and it's a cumulative effect. Unlike TV, you can't subscribe really to a TV channel or the people on that TV channel. Whereas on YouTube, you can subscribe to them, you will get emailed their next episode, you can comment and talk back and forth with them, so you feel like you're kind of their buddy and there's a community. So I think that's the difference.
So I also think, and it's the element of mobile, right? So, if you think about NBC and CBS, you can't go sit, in the doctor's office and watch, NBC, right? I mean, you probably can, but, YouTube is so accessible, and I think the youth, now that, the millennials especially, and the younger, whatever the generation is before that is called, they are mobile, right? They need stuff all the time. So I think that, is the piece that subconsciously, we don't even realize. And I know I catch myself doing this, right? I'll be waiting at the gas station or something, and, I Google something and something pops up, and I'm watching somebody's YouTube channel. Sometimes it's like watching a train wreck, and I'm like, this is just, what is going on here? So, and then there's also, and I think if you're skeptical about YouTube, because I'm skeptical about it, but I also am not, I'm not ignorant. I know that this is the future. So there's value, whether it's, whether I'm watching the right things that value me, but engagement. I think what it really proves is the power of engagement, because if you watch the really good YouTubers, and one thing I've noticed, they are personally connecting, no matter if they have 1 million followers, right? They're one-to-one connecting over time with everybody that connects with them. So I think that it shows you that there's a human element on video that especially the younger generation is craving, right? They want a million, they want to see a big name in their terms, numbers-wise, 1 million followers. If they engage with them, they're super excited about that. I think it should tell bigger brands that if somebody from Podunk, South Dakota, right, is playing video games all day and has 1 million followers and is getting $100,000 to post something, that maybe there's elements they have to understand that for their own buyers, right?
Yeah. I just want to go back to something you said. I mean, if you go to VidCon, like a lot of people do in this space, these people on YouTube are worshipped like celebrities. It's amazing. They're asking for autographs. They want to pose with pictures with them. I mean, the exposure that they've got with their followers has turned them into these quasi-celebrities. So yeah. I think there's some human psychology around this, that if you see somebody on video enough times, you feel like you know them. And I don't think that's true with blogging or even podcasting. I think there's something about the visual and the video and the audio and it all mixed in together, and it's, watch them over a period of time where you have that deeper connection with them. And I think that's part of it.
So here's another thing that I've taken away from it. So, giving you 2 takeaways, right? Mobile, I think, taking it with you, and then the engagement. But I really think that there's another element, which is real time, and a lot of this production. Like, if you look at the production of this stuff, is just, there is no production, right? I mean, it's like they put the camera up, and whatever they're talking about, they talk about. People, I'm convinced, especially the younger generation, don't like canned marketing. I mean, yeah. They love the element of looking at something and knowing that it's not perfect.
Yeah, and perfect is imperfect for them, because they're like, okay, I'm being screwed over by this perfect marketing pitch, and I can't tune into something that just doesn't feel real to me, right? It can't be too perfect, what you find is that these elements that make up what a perfect pitch is actually the antithesis of what's going to resonate with those individuals. They don't want perfect, they want imperfect. They want to see the humanness of what it is that you're referring to or talking about.
So I'm going to give the 4th piece is consistency of content. I mean, I've subscribed to some of these channels, and I can't remember the guy's name. Somebody recommended that I follow him, Casey Newbolt, or he's a marketing guy.
Yeah, he's out of New York City.
Yeah, so that guy was like, I mean, I've never heard of him. I don't even know his background, but like, holy crap, the engagement that guy gets. But I think they don't, I think they have a niche, they talk about a niche thing, whether it's video games or makeup or whatever, but like, they put their life, they turn their life into a real, an authentic way that you can connect with, and you almost feel a part of their world, right? So in today's world, in today's society, like, we watch TV shows, we do all these things, but you don't feel like you're a part of an actor's life, right? These YouTube people, you almost feel, after you've watched multiple of their episodes and they put out this content every day, that you're actually one with them, because it's so real, raw, and consistent, right? They put out tons of content and they give you everything.
It's the authentic them, and it's all kind of like behind the scenes content. Now, Casey's a vlogger, so he's doing this every single day. He also does, one of the things you should see is his Nike commercial, where he takes a bit of Nike sponsorship money and has the Nike Fuel Band and does an around the world trip, and then it was all on his terms. Nike wasn't telling him what to do. He was just going around the world and filming everything that he was doing on his, I think it was a 12-city trip around the world in 10 days. Phenomenal piece of branded content that Nike had very little input on, and it certainly resonated with his target audience, because 19 million views later, it's probably one of the best things Nike has ever commissioned.
Okay, so my 5th and final takeaway, these people have built like the most loyal audiences, right? And they can sell without selling anything, because they have built the full trust of these people.
They're like friends.
Yeah, and if people are using their influence correctly, right, which that could be a debate for another day, right? But there's an element that if they say we're doing something, we're going to do it, right? Like if they say they're going to do something, then their audience is going to, follow through a lot of times. So, brands, you might not think that they have as much power as they do, but I dare you to test, a campaign, right? It'd be interesting.
Well, Jack, thank you for playing skeptic to my YouTube kind of exuberance. I was even more skeptical than you were a couple of years ago, but then when we started working with these YouTubers, that's phenomenal what they're able to do. But I suspect most people sit where you sit in terms of, okay, is this really effective? For us, it's yes, but we have failed. I mean, certainly. Again, just thank you for being.
But the moral of the story is take something good out of, when something's happening and it's getting big, you can be a skeptic all you want, but data doesn't lie. So, as a brand, figure out what these people are doing and get ready.
Either hire them or start doing it yourself.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.